Hey there! So today is Saturday, October 29th, and I wanted to let you guys know that I've been really liking the Dentist Reline, and I'm laughing at myself because for the longest time I did not want to get that done. So I feel like it's important for me to come on and give an updated reaction to me finally getting it done. Especially because I was just so convinced that I didn't want it. I didn't trust the dentist's office because of what happened. And so this has kind of been a life lesson for me that, yeah, they messed up, my first immediate set of dentures. That is not debatable. They did mess it up. But this is a reline, which is different than an adjustment. With adjustments, they go in and actually trim, the denture, whereas relines, they're just putting in the material. I will be honest and admit, though, that I still don't want to get it done on the top because as I've explained previously, my top denture is oddly shaped. What I mean is that the top of it curves, in. And so I don't know how they're gonna be able to put the reline stuff in there and it not affect the way that it sits, So I'm doing the secure, and actually my dentist's office, I did go to Affordable Dentures in Fort Myers, Florida. They said, hey, if that's working for you, then that's fine. But I wanted to bring up something that other dentist that I went to about the Avident dentures on Tuesday said to me. He said when he saw my bottom denture out, I had that reline stuff. And then he said, oh, you did a good job with that. And I'm like, thanks. So for the top one, I wasn't wearing any adhesive that day because I knew he was going to want to look at my mouth. So of course my top denture, as you guys have seen in prior videos, it's very, very, very big. And so he said to me, oh, you need a reline for the top. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I explained what I have been explaining about, my top denture, and that I told him, look, I'm flat out, I am just so nervous about going back in. And he's like, yeah, but what happens is, as your dentures get loose, you'll be, how you eat. And he was demonstrating. He was like, how you eat a piece of steak and you chew on one side. And I said, well, wait, I chew on both sides all the time, no matter what it is. Steak, salad, grapes, you name it, I chew on both sides of my mouth at the same time. I always do that. I always have done that, and I don't have any problem. And he said, well, still, so, you're chewing on one side, and then, one day you bite into a piece of bread, and think about biting into a piece of bread. You're going to use both of your teeth. And I'm like, yeah. He said, you're going to use both sides. And I said, yeah. And he said, well, because you've been chewing on one side for so long, it weakens the denture. So then when you finally do bite into something like even soft like bread and you use both sides, that it's going to break. And I was like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but I don't eat on just one side. I eat on two. And I told him that, with the secure, that it's snug in there. It's not, I don't get any rocking or any of that. So I don't know what to do. But then, I asked about the reline on the top. Well, I pretty much said, hey, I'm kind of nervous about the reline on the top. When I went in after my bottom was fixed Thursday, and they said, well, I mean, mind you, I didn't talk to the dentist on Thursday. I just talked to the assistant. She said, hey, just if it's working for you with the secure, just whatever, that's fine. But I will be honest and admit that she had never heard of secure. I thought that was kind of funny, but I took it out of my little pouch and showed her. So anyways, just want to let you guys know that. So if you could eat on both sides at the same time, I would definitely recommend that, to try to avoid one side of your denture from, getting all that stress and force from your, you biting down. Chewing on both sides has been great for me. Again, it might work for me and not for everyone else. I'm just saying what works for me, but I've just been thinking about what he said, and it's just, I don't know. But anyways, also update that I didn't get a chance to tell you guys the other day. I am not, well, the technician said that, I should really wait a year. Now, she didn't examine my mouth. She just was saying that just, generically. She was saying that, people should wait a year. So I was thinking that I would go back into the dentist around 6 months and him tell me, how I'm doing, but I guess not. And you know what? I think that's okay, because I don't want to rush this of getting my permanent denture, because again, you're going to have to wear that for, 8 to 10 years. So, that's fine. And now that I have this reline, I'll just go back in. She said between 6 and 8 weeks. So I definitely will do the reline again. But I wanted to ask you guys, does the taste go away? That, the taste? I know that the home reline stuff that I usually do, the taste is there pretty strong, for about a day. But this stuff, it kind of comes and goes. I notice when I'm eating grapes, it's really apparent. But other things, not so much. But other good news is that today was my first real full day of being able to wear my Fixodent and my Fixodent gel, what is it called? The gum care and the Fixodent powder combo that I do. This was my first day of being able to wear it. So I had a great day today with it. It feels great. I mean, here it is, almost 10 o'clock at night. I put it in. I got to sleep in today. I'm going to go for my run tomorrow. So I slept in today until 7. So I didn't put it in until, honestly, it was like 9 something. It was late. But I've eaten, let me think. I've had a sandwich for lunch, which, 2 pieces of bread. It was actually peanut butter. I was in the mood for peanut butter. But that was fine. And then I had grapes. And like I said, I eat those on both sides, no problems. And then the real test for me was I eat gummy bears. And I do eat those on both sides, but usually those will make my bottom one come loose. But I typically eat those in the afternoon. But I ate these in the afternoon, and my bottom one didn't come loose. I still feel like it's secure now. I just had some grapes a little while ago, and it feels great. So overall, I'm happy with my dentist installed, reline. So I'm a believer now, and I will go back in whenever I'm due 6 to 8 weeks. I hope you guys have a great evening.